becomes like stronger than he already was and like becomes a better monkey. So like people seeing what they did in him like pushed him to be better, and like he went back to being a monkey, but he still kept the better qualities he gained.
Yeah, I agree with everyone that the Monkey King and Jin both tried to change themselves to fit in. Like at one point, Jin even he gets embarrassed of Wei Chen all the time because he's not as Americanized as Jin is, and even goes like on page 98 calls him an FOB. And then it gets to the point that he wants to be American so badly that he actually transforms himself into an American boy on page 194. And I think also on page 150, it takes like Wong, I think the disciple, telling the Monkey King that he has to return to his true form to like get out of the pile of rocks. And I think it was just trying to show that sometimes it takes like a really long time for people to finally accept who they really are.
I said that Jin is really affected by environment from day one because the Monkey King on page 15 at the party when the man tells the Monkey King that he can't go in because he has no shoes. But in reality that it's just because like he's a monkey, it makes him really want to like change himself. And then on page 30, a classmate when Jin arrives shares that his mother told him that Chinese people eat dogs, and they like both like feel bad about themselves, which makes them want to change even more. I think that they both change to fit the environment around them because they like don't like the stereotypes people give them. And Jin wants to change to be American because he doesn't like the way he's treated when he sings. And an example of how they changed is like when Jinky wasn't allowed or the Monkey King wasn't allowed in the party on page 15 because he didn't have any shoes on, and then after the party he like went and got shoes, and then on page 150 in panel 1 he was told that he like wanted to go on an adventure with Long Live Tasso. And for the adventure, he like did need shoes to like kind of transforming him back to like who he was before.
I agree with Annie. I think that it's like, yeah, they both, the Monkey King and Jin, they both want to transform themselves like on page 59. But then also, the Monkey King and Jin, they take it a step further where now they have to be the ones like making fun of people for their like problems or their differences, and like they become like the ones who were like giving them such a hard time in like efforts to feel better about themselves.
I agree with everyone that has talked. I think that they both, Monkey and Ying, change like in a very they change a lot. I think they're embarrassed of who they are, and this is why they want to change. And I also think that they start treating people with no respect after they get to that point where they want to be, like Monkey wearing shoes. Like after that, he was treating the other monkeys like he was better than them. And I think overall, they find out that they want to be themselves and like they don't need to change for anyone.
I agree with what everyone said so far. Back to the one question where it says like discuss how do they respond and react to their environments. So like on page, I said Jin and Monkey King respond to their environments very differently. The Monkey King is more aggressive when it comes to the environment, while Jin is much more passive when it comes passive aggressive. On page 32, again on page 32 it says like come stay away from my dog. Jin doesn't, he like just sits there and doesn't do anything. He just eats his dumplings and he doesn't say anything while the kids are making fun of him. But on like the monkey page, so like Monkey King on page 64, it's like when they're when he's being punished or something, like hey you're not a Monkey King, and like it was like the Dragon King and something. But then like the Monkey King gets mad and he like gets aggressive and like stomps on them. And then the way they become more Americanized was, I said for Jim was he like his hair used to be like, then he gets like that hairstyle, it's more Americanized. And then when they return to their true form, they kind of go back to themselves and yeah.
Alright, so I said both Jin and Monkey King emotionally they felt sad, felt like they were getting stereotypes, and like I feel like both of them, like on page 182, when Jen was like thinking about hitting that kid, I'll tell him hell no when he asked him to like stay away from Amelia. And like on page 16, when the Monkey King, he tried to change his, when he got mad and beat everybody up at the dinner party. I feel like that's just both of them showing their anger towards like stereotyping, and then both Jen and the Monkey King, I feel like they're like real similar, because they both try to change their physical appearance to like try to fit in. Like the Monkey King, he like changed his physical appearance, but like I guess the other monkeys didn't even realize that it was like he came out, it was just like, oh, something was wrong. He just got a haircut or something. They didn't even know he was like more human now. So like I feel like it's just changing that perception of that self and like not really changing like what's on the inside.
Yeah, and going back to what Tony said, when you said that you think that like they feel ashamed of like who they are, like the true form, I agree with it, but like partially, because some like reading the book makes me feel like they try to change themselves to solve like only one problem. Like when the monkey changed because he didn't like get in the party, or when Jim changed just so he can like get away. He didn't like date what's her Amelia? Is that right? Yeah. So I feel like and once they like change, like new problems come in, they realize like they want to be better, better. And then they realize like in their true form they only had a similar problem they don't even worry about anymore.
Yeah,
Which is why they want to change back.
So I mean, yeah, obviously, there's like I agree with most of what people have said. One thing I've been hearing a lot is people say he transformed to be more American. Something that I think is an important distinction. He didn't necessarily transform to be more American. He transformed into a white person. I wouldn't necessarily call that an American person because obviously America is full of like all sorts of different races. That's kind of the point of the country when it was first created. So I think that's an important thing in the book is he transforms into what he thinks is American, but in reality, like he's American, or he was born in America, right, San Francisco, I believe. So I just think that's an important point to get out there.